So what can NASA know that we don't know that's going on with our solar system? Let's check it out.
Sightings around the International Space Station. On March 28, 2013, an intriguing incident unfolded during a spacewalk by NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy outside the International Space Station. As Cassidy ventured into the cosmic abyss, befittingly dressed in his astronaut suit, his trained eyes caught...
How often do they do a quote-unquote spacewalk? You know what I mean? Like, that's worth it alone. That's worth it.
Sight of an unfamiliar object gracefully floating nearby. This unexpected sighting immediately sparked intrigue and curiosity within the scientific community and among avid enthusiasts of unidentified flying objects. However, it is crucial to emphasize that Cassidy, a seasoned astronaut with extensive knowledge and experience, did not hastily attribute the object to extraterrestrial origins or classify it as an unidentified species. Upon noticing the enigmatic white object, Cassidy promptly reported his finding to the diligent ground control team, adhering to the rigorous protocols for such extraordinary circumstances. In response, Cassidy and his fellow astronaut companion, Tom Marshburn, were given a directive to continue their ongoing tasks without delaying their mission. Subsequently, during a press conference to shed light on this curious event, Cassidy willingly provided additional insights and clarification regarding the nature of the enigma he had encountered. Through his eloquence and expertise, he revealed that it was highly plausible to be nothing more than a stray piece of debris, possibly a transient light cover, or even a fragment of insulation that had inadvertently disengaged from the pristine exterior of the space station. The International Space Station. The International Space Station is popularly known as a huge spacecraft that orbits the Earth, and it is home to not only cosmonauts and astronauts, but a unique science laboratory built and operated by a consortium of nations. The space station features components configured in space by valiant astronauts traveling at a fantastic speed of 17,500 miles per hour and orbiting the Earth every 90 minutes at an altitude of 250 miles. The spaceship covers an area equivalent to a football field, including the end zones as measured from the edges of the solar arrays, and it weighs about 1 million pounds on Earth. The ISS is a collaborative effort involving multiple countries, including the United States, Russia, Japan, and Canada. Some modes link various parts of the station, as well as laboratories. Russian modules provided the basic systems to govern the station, and living quarters were provided for crew members with solar arrays that absorb solar energy and maintain the station's temperature. There are robotic arms that have been instrumental in the construction of the colossal structure. These arms also help astronauts maneuver when they step out for walks in space or perform experiments in the void of space. Docking ports function as the entryway for human visitors and spacecraft, while airlocks provide the access point. However, mysterious objects have been spotted docking with the ISS, resulting in these ports becoming the subject of suspicion and intrigue. Columbus Eye. Another element that has caught people's attention is the cameras. With 4 high-definition cameras, popularly known as the Columbus Eye, enthusiasts can monitor the activities around the ISS from the comfort of their homes. In April 2014, the cameras were launched as part of the CR3 mission Favorite. Providing a stunning view of the Earth, the cameras have become a favorite of fans on the live streaming website of the University of Bonn. The 4 cameras are linked to the space station's computer through an Ethernet cable, transmitting their images back to Earth. Intriguingly, the cameras serve 2 functions. In addition to transmitting the footage of space back to Earth, the camera's durability is also tested in harsh cosmic conditions. That is, NASA can determine which cameras are most suitable for future missions by observing how the cameras handle the harsh environment. Nonetheless, there have been accusations that NASA turns off these cameras during live streaming to keep the public in oblivion.
And I don't think those are accusations. I think those are straight up fact. I do. I think they shut them off at their convenience to hide or disguise things that are going on there. That's just me, allegedly. Let's say that.
NASA is in a prime position as a space agency to spot some unusual objects in space. But some people believe they only show us what they want. This controversy arose because of the sighting of the UFO, the twins study. Among the various life sciences experiments conducted on the ISS, one that stands out is the twins study. This groundbreaking experiment compared the effects of spaceflight on identical twin astronauts, Scott and Mark Kelly. Scott spent 340 days on the ISS, while Mark remained on Earth, allowing scientists to analyze any changes in Scott's biology and physiology due to his time in space. The study revealed significant alterations in gene expression, immune function, bone density, and cognitive function, shedding light on the potential long-term effects of space travel on human health. These findings have far-reaching implications for the planning and execution of future long-duration space missions, providing valuable information for ensuring the well-being and safety of astronauts. One prominent experiment conducted on the ISS in the realm of physical sciences is the Spheres Project. This experiment involves small robotic satellites inside the ISS that maneuver and perform various tasks, showcasing the capabilities of autonomous systems in a microgravity environment. The insights gained from the Spheres Project are crucial for advancing autonomous spacecraft and robotic technologies, which are essential for future space exploration and potentially even terrestrial applications. The International Space Station has truly revolutionized our understanding of space, science, and our place in the universe. With its expansive range of research endeavors, it represents the pinnacle of human accomplishments and serves as a testament to international collaboration and scientific progress. The knowledge gained from the ISS will undoubtedly shape the future of space exploration, fueling our aspirations for further discoveries and pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. The Mantel Incident. On January 7, 1948, a mysterious and unidentified flying object was pursued near Fort Knox, Kentucky. Named after Captain Thomas F. Mantel, an experienced pilot in the Kentucky Air National Guard who tragically lost his life during the pursuit. This became known as the Mantel UFO incident, which also involved its subsequent crash landing. The Mantel...
See, and I feel like we owe it to people like that. Guys who have lost their lives in the pursuit of figuring out what these things are flying around in our skies. We owe it to them, man, to number one, be honest and be truthful about what's going on in our skies. We owe it to them.
UFO incident, which occurred on January 7, 1948, near Fort Knox, Kentucky, remains a significant event in the history of unidentified flying objects. This incident, named after Captain Thomas F. Mantel, a respected pilot in the Kentucky Air National Guard who tragically lost his life during the pursuit, involved the chase and eventual crash landing of an unidentified flying object. At approximately 1:45 p.m., numerous individuals in Kentucky reported spotting a sizable circular entity hovering in the air. The object was described diversely. Some witnesses noted it possessed metallic features, while others likened its shape to a disc or saucer. Reports of the sighting began pouring in from concerned citizens of Kentucky around 1:45 p.m. on that fateful day. Witnesses described a large circular object that defied conventional explanation. Some witnesses claimed it had metallic features, while others likened its appearance to a disc or saucer. The sightings were reported to the Kentucky State Police and military officials, who promptly took action. One of the pilots dispatched for investigation was Captain Mantel, a seasoned aviator with prior combat experience during World War II. As news of the sightings reached the Kentucky State Police and military officials, immediate action was taken to investigate the bizarre phenomenon. Among the pilots sent to investigate was Captain Mantel, an experienced aviator who had bravely served during World War II. He ascended to around 22,500 feet in Mantel's pursuit while piloting an F-51 Mustang. He described the unidentified flying object as sizable and metallic in appearance. His radio transmissions conveyed his desire to move closer for improved observation. Captain Mantel bravely pursued the unidentified flying object in his F-51 Mustang, ascending to an impressive altitude of 22,500 feet. He provided detailed descriptions of the object, emphasizing its substantial size and metallic appearance. His radio transmissions depicted his eagerness to close the distance to understand the mysterious entity better. Tragically, Captain Mantel's pursuit led him to ascend to an altitude where insufficient oxygen posed a significant threat. Despite receiving instructions to stabilize his altitude, he continued his relentless pursuit. Regrettably, all contact with Captain Mantel was lost, and he met his untimely demise as his plane crashed in the aftermath. The Air Force carried out an official investigation after the incident. At first, there were various guesses about what...
Again, this is what makes me mad about me feeling like they're lying to us. You think this person would have risked their life? I don't think so. Like, again, you owe it to them.
Had been seen. Some thought it might simply be a weather balloon, while others entertained more unusual ideas. As further investigations took place, it became possible that Mantel may have pursued a skyhook balloon owned by the U.S. Navy and utilized for studying cosmic rays. There are ongoing debates and unanswered inquiries regarding the Mantel incident. There is speculation about potential extraterrestrial involvement, despite it being a controversial topic. A portion of individuals believe that the military's initial explanation was deceitful. However, others argue that Mantel might have been in pursuit of an ordinary object, but got disoriented or experienced hypoxia as well. The Mantel UFO sighting is an early and unfortunate occurrence in sightings involving unidentified flying objects.
So you mean to tell me this highly decorated pilot wouldn't have rolled up on a balloon and not notice that's what it was? Oh, that's a balloon. Okay. I can descend. I don't have to go up there. I don't have to continue pursuit. That's a balloon. I know what that is. Like, come on, make sense of it to me.
Multiple post-incident inquiries have posited possible rationales for what transpired that day. Nonetheless, it continues to be a matter of dispute and conjecture within UFO folklore. NASA and UAP Task Force. The Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, established by NASA in 2021, plays a vital role in collecting extensive data on UAP sightings to discern their origin, whether from natural causes, human inventions, or something completely mysterious that defies current understanding. To carry out this mission effectively, the task force collaborates closely with other renowned agencies, such as the U.S. Department of Defense and the Federal Aviation Administration. By combining their expertise and resources, they strive to comprehensively understand these enigmatic sightings and unravel the answers they seek. It is essential to clarify that the UAP task force does not specifically investigate the potential existence of extraterrestrial life or aliens. Rather, its primary focus is to examine the nature of these UAP sightings, determine whether they threaten people or aircraft, and uncover any underlying risks. To gather a wide range of perspectives and information, the task force has effectively sourced and analyzed data from multiple reliable sources, including military pilots, civilian aircraft, radar systems, and satellites. Despite these rigorous efforts, the task force has yet to arrive at any conclusive explanations regarding the true nature of these unidentified aerial phenomena.
I don't believe that.
In a notable update from July 2022, the task force released a preliminary report presenting their findings after analyzing 144 UAP sightings. Within this comprehensive analysis, approximately 80% of the identified sightings could be reasonably explained as resulting from natural or man-made occurrences, such as weather balloons or drones. However, the remaining 20% of observations defy clear-cut explanations, thus leaving the possibility open for an entirely different and unexplained phenomenon. It is important to note that this preliminary report differs from the conclusion, as the task force has diligently continued its research and is preparing to release a more detailed and extensive report soon. Among the many UAP sightings examined by the task force, one widely recognized incident stands out: the infamous Tic Tac episode that unfolded in 2004 off the coast of California. In this captivating encounter, Navy pilots reported witnessing an object resembling a Tic Tac, exhibiting mind-boggling speed and executing maneuvers that defied the limitations of conventional aircraft. While the task force remains unable to identify this object's nature, their investigations have confidently ruled out the possibility of it being a familiar aircraft or manned drone. Additionally, the task force...
Oh, really? So it's not a drone. Maybe a balloon? Oh, it's not a balloon either? You don't say.
...has devoted significant attention to analyzing other remarkable UAP sightings, including the widely discussed gimbal and Go Fast videos captured by Navy pilots in 2015. With their unwavering dedication and collective effort, the UAP task force endeavors to uncover the true nature behind these extraordinary aerial phenomena. Through rigorous analysis, collaboration with esteemed agencies, and the meticulous examination of noteworthy sightings, they hope to bring greater clarity and understanding to a subject that continues to captivate and challenge our current scientific knowledge. While their journey to unravel the mysteries of these unidentified aerial phenomena continues, the task force's work promises transformative insights into the unexplained and unknown aspects of our vast skies. In light of this discovery by NASA, are you aware of recent preceding discoveries about the impactful body? Mini-moon orbiting asteroid, Dinkinesh. NASA's Lucy spacecraft discovered a system of 2 asteroids that features a small 220-meter-wide satellite spinning around the asteroid Dinkinesh during its first flyby of the asteroid Dinkinesh. About 270 miles away, the spacecraft captured a picture of the asteroid and its mini-moon. Furthermore, in data and images beaming back to Earth, the spacecraft confirmed that Dinkinesh is barely 500 miles away. Merely 220 meters in size is the closely circling moon. An astronomer and Lucy project scientist at the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, Keith Knoll, said in a news release that they knew this was going to be the smallest main belt asteroid ever seen up close, and being 2 in number makes it more exciting. Roughly 300 million miles, or 480 million kilometers from Earth, Dinkinesh and its newfound moon lie in the main asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. The principal investigator for Lucy from Southwest Research Institute, Han Levinson, said Dinkinesh lived up to its name because this discovery was marvelous. In the Amharic language of Ethiopia, Dinkinesh translates to, "You are marvelous."
Oh, okay.
Tom Kennedy, guidance and navigation engineer at Lockheed Martin in Littleton, Colorado, also said it was an awesome series of images, as they indicated that the terminal tracking system worked as intended, despite the fact that the universe presented them with a more difficult target than they expected. The team will use this data to evaluate the spacecraft's behavior during the encounter and to prepare for the next close-up look in 2025 at an asteroid. As a blueprint for the bigger, more mysterious asteroids, NASA sent Lucy past Dinkinesh, out near Jupiter. The Trojans, a group of 8 asteroids, were the mission's main targets. Launched in 2021, the spacecraft will reach the first of these so-called Trojan asteroids in 2027 and explore them for a minimum of 6 years. Although the target list originally included 7 asteroids, it is now 11. According to Live Science,
What happened?
Trojan asteroids are suspected to be made of the same ancient material that constituted the outer solar system planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Studying them could reveal valuable clues about the formation of the solar system over 4 billion years ago. Existence of over 5,000 exoplanets beyond our solar system. The existence of a massive 5,500 planets beyond our solar system has been confirmed by a major celestial milestone. Only a handful of planets that revolved around our sun were known until recently, but the quest to explore the world always extended. A fresh batch of 6 planets outside our immediate solar family has been added by NASA to its exoplanet archive, pushing the total to over 5,500 after a 31-year journey of astronomical discoveries.
Jeez.
Using multiple detection methods, the NASA Exoplanet Archive records discoveries that have been confirmed. 6 new exoplanets discovered by scientists are HD 36384b, TOI 198b, TOI 2095b, TOI 2095c, TOI 4860b, and MWC 758c.
And y'all gonna sit here and tell me that none of these have life on them? Not one. Not remotely. One of them have life on them. That's what y'all are gonna sit here and say, huh? Yeah, okay.
According to NASA scientists, in 1992, the first exoplanets were confirmed when twin planets Poltergeist and Phobator were detected, orbiting the pulsar PSR B12, 5, 7, plus 12. In March 2022, scientists celebrated the discovery of 5,000 exoplanets. Moreover, scientists have used both space and ground-based instruments and observatories to detect and study exoplanets. Launched in 2018, NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite has identified thousands of exoplanet candidates and confirmed over 320 planets. In addition, the organization's flagship space telescopes, Spitzer, Hubble, and most recently, the James Webb Space Telescope, were used to discover and study exoplanets. The organization has also said that these exoplanets include small, rocky worlds like Earth and super-Earths, which are larger than our own. Gas giants much larger than Jupiter and mini-Neptunes are also present. Some of these planets orbit 2 stars at once, and others stubbornly revolve around the collapsed remnants of dead stars. James Webb Space Telescope captures stunning view of supernova's expanding remains. The James Webb Space Telescope, popularly called JWST, captured an astral new image of a supernova, an exploded star. The remains of a star that exploded 36 years ago were captured by the observatory's near-infrared camera, commonly known as NIRCam, which shows the expanding astral debris in unprecedented resolution, disclosing brand new details about this sprouting supernova remnant. The study of one of the most renowned supernovae, SN 1987A, was begun by James Webb. NASA said SN 1987A is located 100 ENS 68,000 light-years away, and it has been a target of intense observations at wavelengths ranging from gamma rays to radio for about 40 years. The discovery shows complex details of the aftermath when big stars end their days, so astronomers are fascinated. Furthermore, the organization said the new observations by Webb provide a critical clue to their understanding of how a supernova develops to shape its remnant over time. The image reveals a central structure, like a keyhole. The center is packed with clumpy gas and dust ejected by the supernova explosion. The space agency said in a press release that the dust is so dense that even near-infrared light that Webb detects can't penetrate it, thereby shaping the dark hole in the keyhole. Surrounding the inner keyhole, a bright, equatorial ring forms a band around the waist that connects 2 faint arms of hourglass-shaped outer rings. Formed from material ejected tens of thousands of years before the supernova explosion, the equatorial ring contains bright hotspots that appear as the supernova's shockwave hits the ring. Despite the decades of study since the supernova's initial discovery, several mysteries prevail, especially surrounding the neutron star that should have been formed in the aftermath of the supernova explosion. NASA said in the press release that, similar to Spitzer, Webb will continue to observe the supernova over time. Its NIR spec.
Have we gotten any new updates from James Webb as far as anything goes? I haven't come across any new videos or nothing, but I really wasn't really thinking about it, but now watching this video has got it back on my radar. So I'm gonna be checking. Y'all send me some and let me know if y'all come across some too. But we need an update to see what's been going on, what new things is discovered or come across. We need that.
Which stands for Near Infrared Spectrograph, and MIRI, which stands for Mid-Infrared Instrument, will offer astronomers the ability to capture new, high-fidelity infrared data over time and gain new insights into the newly identified crescent structures. Webb will also continue collaborating with Hubble, Chandra, and other observatories to provide new insights into the past and future of the legendary supernova. NASA's Curiosity rover, Mars's watery past. NASA's Curiosity rover, which has been exploring the Martian surface, has revealed evidence that lakes used to exist in an unexpected region of Mars, indicating the presence of vast quantities of water where scientists initially assumed there would be none. The discovery of rippling rock patterns was announced by the U.S. Space Agency. According to a NASA release...
Keep saying, man, we might need to look to Mars as to where we're headed. I'm telling you, we're starting to go through droughts in areas, water levels dropping, different things are happening. We could be headed to look just like Mars. Now, not no time in the near future, but I'm saying we could be headed in that direction.
The team behind Curiosity was taken aback when they found the most persuasive evidence of ancient lake waves yet for the expedition. Giving the granite rippling textures over time, a tiny lake's surface waves mixed up material at the bottom of the lake billions of years ago. Curiosity's project scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California, Ashwin Vasavada, said it is the best evidence of water and waves that they have seen in the entire mission. The team lead further claimed that they climbed through thousands of feet of lake deposits and never saw this sort of evidence, but eventually found it in a place they expected to be dry. In quest of the aquatic past of the Red Planet, the Curiosity rover has been cruising the foothills of Mount Sharp, a 3-mile-high mountain that was originally covered in streams and lakes. According to the space agency, Mount Sharp consists of layers, with the youngest at the top and the oldest at the bottom. As the rover ascends, it progresses along a Martian timeline, allowing scientists to study how the Red Planet evolved from a planet that was similar to Earth in its ancient past, with a warmer climate and abundant water, to the freezing desert it is today. Hubble telescope reveals huge star's explosion in blow-by-blow detail. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope was reported to have captured 3 separate images spanning 8 days, starting merely hours after the detonation. It is a noteworthy achievement considering the duration and distance it covers. About 11.5 billion years ago, a distant star estimated to be 530 times larger than the Sun died in a cataclysmic explosion that blew its outer layers of gas into the surrounding cosmos, a supernova documented by astronomers in blow-by-blow detail. According to astronomer Wenlei Chen, a University of Minnesota postdoctoral researcher and lead author of the study published in the journal Nature, the images were discovered in a review of Hubble observation archival data from 2010. They offered the first glimpse of a supernova cooling rapidly after the initial explosion in a single set of images, and the first in-depth look at a supernova so early in the cosmos's history, when it was less than a fifth of its current age. Patrick Kelly, a University of Minnesota astronomy professor and study co-author, added that the supernova is expanding and cooling, so its color evolves from a hot blue to a cool red. The doomed star, known as a red supergiant, resided in a dwarf galaxy and exploded at the end of its relatively brief lifespan. Chen said that red supergiants are luminous, massive, and large stars that occur at 180,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But they are much cooler than most of the other massive stars, and that is why they are red. After a red supergiant exhausts the fusion energy in its core, a collapse will occur, and the supernova explosion will then blast away the star's outer layers, its hydrogen envelope. About 6 hours after the initial blast, The first image shows the explosion as starting relatively small and fiercely hot, about 180,000 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 days later, the second image was captured, and 6 days after that, the third image was also generated. In these two images, the gaseous material ejected from the star is seen expanding outward. The explosion in the second image is only a fifth as hot as in the first one, while in the third image, the explosion is only a tenth as hot as the first. Chen said the remnant of the exploded star probably became an incredibly dense object called a neutron star. Strong gravitational lensing is a phenomenon that accounts for how Hubble was able to obtain 3 images at different points in time after the explosion. Serving as a lens, the tremendous gravitational power exerted by a galaxy cluster located in front of the exploding star, from the perspective of Earth, bent and magnified the light emanating from the supernova. Not only does the gravity in the galaxy cluster bend the light from behind it, but it also delays the light travel time, because the stronger the gravity, the slower a clock moves. In other words, the emission of light from a single source behind the lens can go through multiple paths toward them, and they then see multiple images of the source supernova. Kelly called the ability to see the rapidly cooling supernova in a single set of images absolutely amazing. It is kind of like seeing a film reel in the color of the supernova evolving, and it is a much more detailed picture of any known supernova that existed when the universe was a small fraction of its current age. The only other examples where they have caught a supernova very early are very nearby explosions. He concluded that when astronomers see more distant objects, they are looking back in time.